Simone stood on her porch, keys in hand, staring at the door that should have been secure. She had cut her Chicago business trip short because something felt wrong. 12 years of marriage gave you instincts about these things. The house was too quiet, but not empty. She could hear the television playing in the living room and the coffee maker gurgling in the kitchen. She pushed the door open. The smell hit her first. Expensive perfume. Not hers. The kind that came in crystal bottles with French names. Simone set down her luggage and walked through her foyer, her heels clicking on the marble she had picked out, paid for, and installed 3 years ago. In the kitchen, a woman stood at the counter. She wore Simone's white silk robe, the one Derek had given her last Christmas. The woman was pouring coffee into Simone's favorite mug, the handmade ceramic one from their anniversary trip to Mexico. Her blonde hair was wet, recently showered. In Simone's bathroom. With Simone's expensive products. The woman looked up and didn't even flinch. "Who are you?" Simone asked, her voice steady despite the earthquake happening inside her chest. The woman smiled. Actually smiled. "I'm Amber. Derek's girlfriend." She said it like she was introducing herself at a party. Like this was normal. "Get out of my house." Amber laughed and took a sip from Simone's mug. "Your house. Honey, this is Derek's house too. And he wants me here. So maybe you should be the one to leave." Simone felt her phone buzz in her pocket. She ignored it. "Excuse me? You heard me." Amber set down the mug and crossed her arms. "Derek and I are together now. We're in love. He's going to leave you anyway, so why don't you just make it easy and get out?" The audacity was breathtaking. Simone had seen a lot in her 42 years, had negotiated with ruthless business partners and faced down investors who thought they could cheat her. But nothing prepared her for a stranger standing in her kitchen, wearing her clothes, drinking from her mug, telling her to leave her own home. "Where is my husband?" "Our bedroom." Amber's smile widened. "Getting dressed. We had a late morning, if you know what I mean." Simone walked past her, through the kitchen, down the hallway. The bedroom door was open. Derek stood in front of the mirror, buttoning one of his work shirts. He saw her reflection and turned around. "Simone? What are you doing home?" "What am I doing home?" She stared at him. "That's your question?" Derek had the decency to look uncomfortable for about 3 seconds. Then his face hardened. "Look, we need to talk." "You think?" Simone gestured toward the kitchen. "There's a woman in my house wearing my robe who just told me to get out. Your girlfriend, apparently. Don't make a scene." Derek glanced past her, probably checking if Amber could hear. "This isn't how I wanted you to find out." "How did you want me to find out, Derek? A text message? A note on the refrigerator?" He sighed like she was being unreasonable. Like she was the problem. "Amber and I have been seeing each other for a while. I was going to tell you, I just needed the right time." "How long?" "Does it matter?" "How long, Derek?" 2 years. The number hit her like a fist. 2 years. 2 years of lies, of him coming home and kissing her cheek, of vacations and holidays and pretending everything was fine. 2 years of him using her money, sleeping in her bed, living in her house while he built a whole secret life. Amber appeared in the doorway, still wearing that robe. "Baby, is everything okay?" "Baby." She called him baby. Derek looked at Amber, then back at Simone. And then he did something Simone would never forget. He laughed. Not a nervous laugh or an uncomfortable laugh. A real, genuine laugh, like this whole situation was funny. "Simone, come on. You had to know this marriage was over. We've been roommates for years. You're always traveling for that little business thing you do. Amber makes me happy. She's here when I need her." "That little business thing?" Simone repeated softly. "You know what I mean. Your online stuff. It's cute, but it's not like you're building anything real. Amber appreciates me. She sees my potential." Simone looked at her husband. Really looked at him. She saw a man who had no idea who she was. Who had never bothered to ask. Who had taken everything she gave and wanted more. Who was now standing in a house she purchased, wearing clothes she bought, defending the woman who was wearing her robe. She pulled out her phone. "What are you doing?" Derek asked. "Calling my lawyer." Simone dialed as she spoke. "Hello, Richard? It's Simone. I need you to draw up divorce papers. Today." "Yes, I'm sure. I'll be in your office in an hour." Derek's face went pale. "Simone, wait. Let's talk about this." She ended the call and looked at him. "There's nothing to talk about. Amber wants me to get out? Fine. I'm out. Enjoy the house, Derek. You're going to need it." She walked out of the bedroom, past Amber, who suddenly didn't look quite so confident, through the kitchen and out the front door. She got into her car, a Mercedes she had paid for in cash. She started the engine and sat there for a moment, hands on the steering wheel. Then Simone smiled. Derek thought she ran a small online business. He thought she made a modest income from her hobby. He had no idea who she really was or what she had built while he wasn't paying attention. He was about to find out. She pulled out of the driveway and didn't look back. The Ritz-Carlton suite overlooked the city. Simone stood by the floor-to-ceiling windows watching the lights below. Her phone had been ringing non-stop. Derek called 23 times. She blocked his number after the 5th call. Her assistant, Monica, had booked the suite within 30 minutes. Monica knew what to do in a crisis. She had worked for Simone for 8 years and knew all the secrets. Because Simone had many secrets. She opened her laptop and looked at the screen. The logo at the top read, TechShield Solutions. Her company. Her empire. The business Derek called her little online thing. TechShield Solutions was worth $400 million. Simone had founded it 15 years ago, right after she married Derek. She started with freelance tech consulting, working from a spare bedroom. She was good at finding security flaws in company systems. Very good. Companies started paying her serious money to protect their data. She hired her first employee after 6 months. Then 5 more. Then 20. She moved into an office building. Then a bigger one. Then she bought the building. Now TechShield had 300 employees and clients in 40 countries. And Derek knew none of it. At first, she didn't hide it from him. She tried to tell him about her successes, about landing major contracts, about the company growing. But Derek would smile and pat her hand and say things like, "That's nice, honey," before changing the subject to his own job, his own achievements, his own needs. So Simone stopped telling him. She kept her work life completely separate. She had a small office she showed him once, a modest space with a desk and computer. He never asked to visit again. He never asked about her income. When she paid for things, expensive things, he just assumed she came from family money. He wasn't completely wrong about that part. Simone's grandmother had left her a substantial inheritance when she was 25. $3 million. Most people would have spent it or invested it safely. Simone used it as seed money for her company. She turned $3 million into $400 million in 15 years. Derek signed a prenuptial agreement before they married. Simone's lawyer insisted on it. Derek barely read it. He was so excited to marry the beautiful woman from a wealthy family that he signed without questions. That prenup protected every dollar Simone earned or inherited before and during the marriage. She pulled up the document on her computer now. 20 pages of ironclad legal protection. Derek's signature on the last page, next to hers. She remembered his lawyer advising him to read it more carefully. Derek had laughed and said he trusted her. He trusted that she didn't have anything worth protecting. There was a knock at the door. Simone opened it to find a tall black man in an expensive suit. Harold Green, her private investigator. She had hired him 6 months ago when she first suspected Derek was cheating. The late nights, the strange charges on the credit card, the new cologne. Miss Simone. Harold handed her a thick folder. Everything you asked for. She opened it. Photographs spilled onto the desk. Derek and Amber at restaurants. Derek and Amber at a hotel. Derek and Amber kissing in parking lots. The timestamps went back 24 months. 2 years of documented betrayal. The woman's name is Amber Lee, 28 years old. Works as a bartender at the Skyline Club. She met your husband at a company party 2 years ago. He's been paying for her apartment, her car, and her credit cards. With my money, Simone said quietly. With the joint account you set up for household expenses. He's moved approximately $120,000 from that account in the past 2 years. Simone felt her jaw tighten. She had put money in that account every month, thinking Derek was using it for groceries and utilities. He was using it to fund his affair. Harold continued. There's more. He's been telling people at his office that he's planning to leave you. He's been complaining that you're never home, that you don't appreciate him. Some of his co-workers knew about the affair. Nobody told you. Of course they didn't. Simone flipped through the folder. More photos. More receipts. More evidence of Derek's lies. Does Amber know about my company? No. She thinks Derek is the wealthy one. He's been telling her he owns a consulting business. She has no idea the money comes from you. Simone almost laughed. What about Derek? Does he know about TechShield's real value? I don't think so. I checked into his internet history. He's never searched for your company. Never looked you up. He still thinks you run a small operation. Good. Simone closed the folder. What else do I need to know? Harold pulled out another paper. This is a financial analysis. The house is in your name only, purchased with your inheritance. The cars are in your name. The furniture, the art, the jewelry, all purchased by you. Derek's name is on the joint checking account and nothing else. So he has nothing. Legally, he has his salary from his job and whatever personal items he brought into the marriage. Which isn't much. Your prenup is solid. My legal contact says you'll walk away with everything you came in with, plus everything you earned. Derek will walk away with exactly what he contributed. Nothing. Simone sat down and looked out at the city again. 12 years. She had given this man 12 years. She had loved him, supported him, built a home with him. She had stayed faithful while building an empire. She had been a good wife. And he repaid her by laughing while his mistress told her to get out of her own house. Harold, I need you to do something for me. Name it. I want to buy a new house. Something significant. Oceanfront. Big enough to make a statement. Price is not an issue. Harold smiled. He understood. I know just the place. There's a property in Malibu. 15 bedrooms, 20 bathrooms, private beach. It belonged to a tech billionaire who just passed away. The estate is selling. They're asking $150 million. Make an offer. I want to close in 48 hours. Consider it done. After Harold left, Simone called her lawyer, Richard Chin. No relation to the forbidden name list, just good at his job. He picked up on the first ring. Simone, I have the divorce papers drafted. When do you want to serve them? Tomorrow. I want Derek to get them at his office. In front of his co-workers. Brutal. I like it. What about the financial disclosures? Include everything. I want him to see exactly what he's losing. Every asset, every business, every dollar. This is going to shock him. That's the point, Richard. He laughed at me today. He laughed while his girlfriend wore my clothes and told me to leave my own house. I want him to understand exactly who he betrayed. He will. Trust me, when he sees these papers, he'll understand. Simone ended the call and opened her email. 300 unread messages. Her company never stopped, even when her personal life was falling apart. She started reading through them, responding to urgent items, delegating others. This was who she really was. Not Derek's wife. Not the woman who got laughed at in her own home. She was Simone Richards, founder and CEO of TechShield Solutions, one of the most successful tech companies in the country. And tomorrow Derek was going to learn the truth. Tomorrow the real revenge began. Simone spent the next 3 days in her hotel suite, planning. She had learned early in business that emotion was the enemy of good strategy. You didn't react, you calculated. You didn't lash out, you positioned. You didn't fight, you won. Derek had given her the perfect opening. By bringing Amber into their home, by humiliating Simone so publicly, he had handed her every advantage. Now she just needed to use it. Monica arrived at 8 in the morning with coffee and files. The divorce papers were served yesterday at 2 p.m. Derek was in a meeting with his boss. The process server confirmed he signed for them in front of 6 colleagues. How did he react? According to our contact, he went pale. Asked if it was a joke. Then he tried to call you 17 times. When you didn't answer, he left work early. Good. Simone opened the first file. What else? Derek went to your old office, the small one you showed him years ago. He was shocked to find it's actually a rental space you barely use. Then he did an internet search for TechShield Solutions. Simone smiled. And he spent 3 hours reading articles about you. Forbes, Fortune, Business Insider. He found the interview you did last year about women in tech. He watched your keynote speech from the Innovation Summit. He saw your company valuation. I wish I could have seen his face. Monica pulled out her phone. Security footage from your building lobby. He showed up at headquarters at 6 p.m. The video showed Derek walking into the sleek lobby of TechShield Tower. The building was 20 stories of glass and steel in downtown Chicago. Simone's name was on the wall in 6-foot letters. Derek stood there staring up at it, his mouth open. He approached the security desk. The guard shook his head. No visitor access without an appointment. Derek argued. The guard picked up the phone. 2 minutes later, building security escorted Derek out. He tried to call you 40 more times after that, Monica said. Then he showed up at this hotel. Front desk turned him away per your instructions. What about Amber? Monica's expression turned cold. That's where it gets interesting. I had Harold follow her yesterday. She met Derek at a coffee shop. They argued. She thought Derek was rich. Now she knows the truth. She pulled out another file. Photos of Derek and Amber at a Starbucks. In the pictures, Amber was clearly angry. She threw her coffee at him in the last photo. The caption read, 3:47 p.m., Amberly exits. Relationship appears terminated. She left him. She left him. Harold spoke with her roommate. Amber is furious. She quit her job at the bar because Derek promised to take care of her. Now she's broke and unemployed. She blames Derek for ruining her life. Simone felt a cold satisfaction. Karma works fast. There's more. Monica handed her a financial report. The joint account. Derek has been withdrawing money. Large amounts. He pulled out $20,000 yesterday afternoon. Trying to hide assets before the divorce? That would be my guess. But Richard already filed a motion to freeze all joint accounts. Derek's withdrawals are now evidence of financial misconduct. Simone studied the report. Derek had taken money that was meant for household expenses and used it for his affair. Now he was trying to hide money from the divorce. Every move he made was digging his hole deeper. Her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Simone, please, we need to talk. I made a mistake. I love you. Derek. She showed it to Monica. He got a new phone. Want me to block this number too? No. Let him text. Everything he says can be used in court. Another text came through. I didn't know about your company. You never told me. How was I supposed to know? Simone typed back, you never asked. 3 dots appeared. Derek was typing. Then they disappeared. Then appeared again. Finally, a message came through. This isn't fair. You lied to me about who you were. Simone laughed out loud. He thinks I lied to him? Monica shook her head. The audacity of this man. Simone typed, I built a company while being a faithful wife. You had an affair and stole from our joint account. We're not the same. Derek's response was immediate. I want my half of everything. See you in court. She blocked the new number and set down her phone. Monica, I need you to pull every financial record from the past 2 years. Every credit card statement, every bank transaction, every receipt. If Derek spent marital money on his affair, I want documentation. Already done. Monica pulled out a thick binder. This is everything. Restaurants, hotels, gifts, trips. He spent $127,000 on Amber. All from the joint account. Simone flipped through the pages. Jewelry purchases. Weekend getaways. A trip to Miami. Expensive dinners. All the things he should have been doing with his wife, he was doing with his mistress. He used my money to date another woman. Yes, he did. And in Illinois, that's considered dissipation of marital assets. The court will make him pay it back. Simone felt the anger rising again, but she pushed it down. Anger was useless right now. She needed to stay focused. Harold arrived an hour later with more updates. The Malibu house is yours. Closing is scheduled for tomorrow morning. I arranged for a virtual signing. The money will transfer from your business account. Perfect. What else? Derek's mother called him. She found out about the divorce and the affair. She's not happy. She left him a voicemail saying she didn't raise him to be this kind of man. She also called you. Simone raised an eyebrow. She called me? Left a message on your business line. She wants to apologize on Derek's behalf. She said you were the best thing that ever happened to her son and he's a fool. At least someone in his family has sense. Harold sat down and opened his laptop. Now let's talk strategy. Richard filed the divorce papers. Derek has 30 days to respond. He'll try to contest the prenup. Can he? No. The prenup is ironclad. It was written by one of the best family lawyers in the state. Derek had his own lawyer review it before he signed. He can't claim he didn't understand what he was signing. What about the joint account money? That's the good part. Illinois law says that marital assets should be divided fairly. But if one spouse wastes marital money on an affair, the other spouse can ask for reimbursement. Derek spent $127,000 on his affair. The court will likely order him to pay that back, plus your legal fees. Simone did the math. So he'll owe me around $150,000? At minimum. Richard is also asking for compensation for emotional distress. That could add another $100,000. Derek doesn't have that kind of money. Exactly. He'll have to take a loan or set up a payment plan. Either way, he'll be paying you back for years. Simone leaned back in her chair. The picture was becoming clear. Derek would lose everything. The house, the cars, the lifestyle. He would owe her hundreds of thousands of dollars. His girlfriend had left him. His mother was ashamed of him. His co-workers knew he was a cheater. And Simone? She would walk away with her empire intact, her reputation untarnished, and a $150 million mansion by the ocean. Harold, there's one more thing I need. Name it. I want to know if Derek has been bad-mouthing me. To his friends, his family, his co-workers. I want to know what lies he's been telling. Harold nodded. I'll make calls. Give me 24 hours. After he left, Simone returned to her laptop. Emails from clients, from employees, from business partners. None of them knew about her personal crisis. TechShield Solutions was running smoothly, growing steadily, succeeding brilliantly. That was the thing about building something real. It didn't fall apart because one person betrayed you. It stood strong because you built it on a foundation of skill, hard work, and integrity. Derek had laughed at her little business. He was about to learn that her little business was worth more than he would earn in 10 lifetimes. And she had built it all without him. The movers arrived at 7 in the morning. Simone had timed it perfectly. Derek left for work at 6:30. She had Monica confirm he was at his office before giving the movers the green light. She stood in the driveway watching the moving truck pull up. The house looked the same as it did the day she bought it. White columns, manicured lawn, 3-car garage. She had loved this house once. Now it just felt like a cage she was happy to escape. The moving company had instructions. Take everything Simone owned. Leave everything Derek brought into the marriage. It was surprisingly easy to separate. Simone had purchased most of the furniture, all of the art, and every nice appliance. Derek's contributions were a worn couch from his college apartment, a TV that was 10 years old, and some sports equipment. Ma'am, what about the bedroom furniture? The lead mover, a man named Thomas, stood in the master bedroom. That's mine. I have the receipts. Take it all. They disassembled the king bed, the matching dressers, the nightstands. They took the expensive mattress and the designer bedding. They left Derek with an empty room and the sleeping bag he used for camping trips. In the kitchen they packed the dishes, the pots and pans, the coffee maker, the blender. Simone had bought everything when they moved in. Derek never cared about kitchen items. He barely knew how to cook. They took the dining room table, the chairs, the china cabinet. They took the living room sofas, the coffee table, the lamps. They took the home office furniture, though Simone rarely used it. They even took the towels and linens from the bathrooms. By noon, the house was nearly empty. The walls had bare spots where art used to hang. The living room echoed. The kitchen had empty counters. It looked like a skeleton of the home it used to be. Simone walked through each room one last time. The movers had done good work. Everything that belonged to her was gone. Everything that belonged to Derek remained. In the bedroom, she found a photo on the floor. It must have fallen during the move. The picture showed her and Derek on their wedding day, both smiling. She looked so happy in that photo. So hopeful. She left the photo on the floor and walked out. Monica was waiting by the moving truck. Everything's loaded. The crew will drive it to Malibu. They'll arrive tomorrow morning to unload. Good. What about the financial transfers? Complete. All your personal funds have been moved to your private accounts. The joint account has been frozen per the court order. Derek will find out when he tries to use his credit card. Simone got into her Mercedes. Monica got into the passenger seat. They drove away from the house without looking back. There's one more stop, Simone said. She drove to Derek's office building. It was a modest structure in a business park. Derek worked for a consulting firm. He was a mid-level manager. He made a decent salary but nothing extraordinary. Simone parked in the visitor lot and pulled out her phone. She opened her banking app and showed Monica the screen. This is the joint account. Look at the balance. Monica looked. $200? Derek has been pulling money out all week. He took almost all of it. He's trying to hide assets. That's illegal during a divorce. I know. That's why I documented everything. Simone opened her email and showed Monica a message from her lawyer. Richard filed an emergency motion this morning. The judge granted it. Derek's access to the joint account is now terminated. He can't withdraw another penny. What happens to him? He's going to try to buy lunch today and his card will be declined. Then he'll call the bank and find out his account is frozen. Then he'll panic. Monica grinned. You're playing chess while he's playing checkers. He thought I was weak because I loved him. He thought I was naive because I trusted him. He forgot that I built a $400 million company from nothing. You don't do that by being stupid. They sat in the car watching the building entrance. At 12:15, Derek walked out with 2 co-workers. They were heading to lunch. Simone recognized the restaurant. It was an expensive steakhouse. Derek loved to show off there. This is going to be good, Monica said. They watched Derek and his co-workers enter the restaurant. 30 minutes later, Derek came out alone. His face was red. He was on his phone, clearly arguing with someone. His co-workers came out after him, looking uncomfortable. Card declined, Simone said. He couldn't pay for lunch. Monica pulled out her phone. Harold texted me. Derek's car payment bounced this morning. He set up automatic payments from the joint account. The dealership is calling him. Simone felt no sympathy. Derek had stolen from her for 2 years. Now he was facing the consequences. She started the car and drove to her lawyer's office. Richard was waiting in a conference room with papers spread across the table. Simone, good to see you. Everything is ready. The house. Closing happened this morning. You are now the owner of a $150 million oceanfront mansion. The deed is in your name only. And the divorce? Derek's lawyer called me. They want to negotiate. Derek is claiming he didn't understand the prenup. He says it's not fair that you get everything. Simone laughed. Not fair. He cheated on me for 2 years and stole my money. What's not fair? I told his lawyer the same thing. I also sent them the evidence of Derek's affair and the financial records showing his theft. They went quiet after that. Richard pulled out a folder. This is the final settlement offer. Derek gets nothing from your business. Nothing from your inheritance. Nothing from the house. He owes you $127,000 for dissipation of marital assets. He also owes you $50,000 for legal fees. Total, he owes you $177,000. Can he pay that? Not without taking a loan. His lawyer knows this. They're going to try to negotiate the amount down. No negotiations. He pays every penny or we go to court. Going to court will take longer. I don't care. I want him to pay for what he did. Richard nodded. Then we'll go to court. I'll file for a hearing date. In the meantime, the prenup stands. Derek gets nothing. Simone signed the papers and left the office. Monica drove her to the airport. A private jet was waiting. One of the perks of success was never having to fly commercial again. They landed in Los Angeles 3 hours later. A car service drove them up the Pacific Coast Highway. The ocean stretched out to the horizon, blue and endless. The mansion appeared as they rounded a curve. It sat on a cliff overlooking the water. White walls, glass windows, modern architecture. It looked like something from a magazine. Because it had been in magazines. Architectural Digest had done a feature on it last year. The car pulled through the gates. Simone got out and stood in the circular driveway. The house was even more beautiful in person. 15 bedrooms, 20 bathrooms, a pool, a tennis court, a private beach access. It was excessive and perfect. Welcome home, Monica said. Simone walked to the edge of the property and looked down at the beach. The waves crashed against the sand. The sun was setting, painting the sky in shades of blue and silver. No warm tones, just cool, clean light. She pulled out her phone and took a photo. Then she did something petty but satisfying. She posted it to social media. Just the photo, no caption. Just a gorgeous mansion by the ocean. Friends congratulating her. Business contacts impressed by the property. And then one comment from a mutual friend of Derek's. Is this your new place? It's amazing. Simone replied, just moved in today. Fresh start. She knew Derek would see it. He followed her on social media, though she had unfollowed him. He would see the mansion and understand exactly what he had lost. Her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Derek had gotten yet another phone. You bought a mansion? Where did you get that kind of money? Simone smiled and typed back. From my little business thing. The one you thought was cute. Good night, Derek. She blocked the number and walked into her new home. The movers would arrive tomorrow with her furniture. Tonight, she would sleep on an air mattress in an empty mansion by the sea. And she would sleep better than she had in years. Derek sat in his car outside the house that used to feel like home. Now it felt like a crime scene. He had left that morning with a wife and a house full of furniture. He came home to an empty shell and a note on the kitchen counter. Derek, my lawyer will contact you regarding the division of assets. Per our prenuptial agreement, I am taking what belongs to me. You are welcome to what belongs to you. Simone. The living room was empty. The bedroom was empty. The kitchen had a card table and 2 folding chairs that he recognized from the garage. His old college couch sat alone in what used to be a fully furnished living room. The TV was gone. Even the coffee maker was gone. He walked through every room. She had taken everything. The art, the furniture, the nice appliances. She had left him with nothing but the junk he had owned before they married. His phone rang. The bank. Mr. Peterson, your car payment was declined. The account you have on file has insufficient funds. That's impossible. There should be thousands in that account. Sir, the account shows a balance of $200. It's also been flagged by a court order. You no longer have withdrawal access. Derek hung up and checked his banking app. The joint account was frozen. He couldn't access the money. He had pulled out $20,000 earlier in the week, thinking he could hide it before the divorce. Now he couldn't get to the rest. He called the credit card company. All the cards in his name had been canceled. Simone had removed him as an authorized user. He had his own credit card, the one he used for his affair, but it was maxed out. Derek tried to call Simone. Blocked. He tried to text. Blocked. He drove to her office, the small one she had shown him once. It was a rental space with a for lease sign in the window. Nobody was there. Frustrated, he Googled her name. Simone Richards, Chicago. The results shocked him. Forbes article, Simone Richards, tech mogul, revolutionizes data security. Fortune profile, how Simone Richards built a $400 million company. Business Insider interview, TechShield Solutions CEO on women in leadership. He clicked on the Forbes article. There was a photo of Simone in a power suit, standing in front of a huge building. The caption read, Richards in front of TechShield Tower, headquarters of her cybersecurity empire. Derek read the article twice, then 3 times. His wife ran a $400 million company. She had 300 employees. She was on the boards of major corporations. She spoke at international conferences. He had called it her little online thing. He clicked on more articles. Videos of Simone giving keynote speeches. Interviews where she discussed innovation and leadership. Photos of her at charity galas, at business summits, at tech conferences. She was famous. She was powerful. She was everything he had never bothered to discover about her. Derek drove to downtown Chicago. The TechShield building was impossible to miss. 20 stories of glass and steel. Her name in huge letters on the wall. He parked and walked into the lobby. A security guard stopped him. Can I help you? I'm here to see Simone Richards. Do you have an appointment? I'm her husband. The guard checked his computer. I don't see you on the visitor list. I'll need to call up. He picked up the phone and spoke to someone. Then he hung up and shook his head. Ms. Richards is not available. You need to leave. You don't understand. I need to talk to her. It's important. Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave the building. 2 more security guards appeared. Derek had no choice but to walk out. He stood on the sidewalk looking up at the tower. Simone was somewhere up there, running her empire, making millions, and she wanted nothing to do with him. He drove to the Ritz-Carlton. Someone on social media had mentioned seeing Simone there. The front desk refused to confirm if she was a guest. When Derek insisted, they threatened to call the police. He went home to his empty house and sat on his old college couch. The house felt massive and hollow. He could hear every sound, every creak, every echo. His phone rang. Amber. Derek, we need to talk. They met at a coffee shop. Amber looked different than she had a few days ago. Less confident. More desperate. I quit my job, she said. You told me you would take care of me. You said we would be together. I know, but things are complicated now. Complicated? Derek, I have no income. I have bills. You promised. I thought I had money. I thought Simone was just a housewife with a hobby. I didn't know. Didn't know what? She's rich. Really rich. She owns a tech company worth hundreds of millions. She has money I never knew about. Amber stared at him. Are you kidding me? You left your rich wife for me, and you didn't even know she was rich? She never told me. Maybe you never asked. Amber stood up. I thought you were successful. I thought you could provide for me. Now I find out you're broke and your wife is a millionaire. I can't believe I wasted 2 years on you. She threw her coffee at him and walked out. People in the coffee shop stared. Derek sat there, soaked in cold brew, feeling his life crumble. He went back home and called his mother. She answered on the 3rd ring. Derek. Mom, I need to talk to you. I have nothing to say to you. You cheated on Simone. You humiliated that sweet girl. I raised you better than this. Mom, please. I made a mistake. A mistake? A mistake is forgetting someone's birthday. You had an affair for 2 years. You brought that woman into your home. You laughed at your wife. What kind of man are you? I didn't know Simone was successful. She never told me. She never told you because you never cared enough to ask. That girl worked day and night to build her company. She supported you, loved you, and stood by you. And you repaid her by cheating. I'm ashamed of you, Derek. Don't call me until you figure out how to be a better person. She hung up. Derek sat alone in his empty house. His wife was gone. His girlfriend was gone. His mother was disgusted with him. His co-workers whispered about him. His bank account was frozen. His credit cards were canceled. He had nothing. He pulled up Simone's social media. The latest post was a photo of a massive mansion on the ocean. The sunset painted the sky, and the house looked like paradise. The comment from a friend asked, "Is this your new place?" Simone had replied, "Just moved in today. Fresh start." Derek stared at the photo. That mansion probably cost more than he would make in his entire life. Simone bought it like it was nothing. While he sat in an empty house with no furniture, she was living in paradise. He tried to call her one more time from a different phone. It rang twice, then went to voicemail. "This is Simone Richards. I'm unable to take your call. Please leave a message." "Simone, it's me. Please, we need to talk. I know I messed up. I know I hurt you. But we can fix this. We can go to counseling. I'll do whatever it takes. Please just call me back. I love you." He hung up and waited. No response. No text. Nothing. Derek looked around his empty house. This was his life now. This was what happened when you betrayed the best thing you ever had. He had laughed when Amber told Simone to get out. He thought it was funny. He thought Simone would beg and cry and fight for him. Instead, she walked away and took everything. And now he finally understood who his wife really was. She was the woman who built an empire while he wasn't paying attention. She was the woman who was too good for him from the start. She was the woman he lost forever. The courthouse was downtown Chicago, a stone building with columns and marble floors. Simone arrived with Richard and Monica. She wore a navy suit, her hair pulled back, professional and composed. She looked like what she was, a successful businesswoman who had her life together. Derek arrived 10 minutes late with his lawyer, a nervous man named Barry Hutchinson. Derek looked terrible. His suit was wrinkled. He had dark circles under his eyes. He avoided looking at Simone. The judge was a woman in her 60s named Judge Patricia Holland. She had a reputation for being fair but tough. She looked over the case files with a critical eye. "This is a divorce case with a prenuptial agreement," Judge Holland said. "Mr. Peterson, your lawyer filed a motion to invalidate the prenup. On what grounds?" Barry stood up. "Your Honor, my client believes the prenuptial agreement was signed under duress. He was young and in love. He didn't fully understand what he was signing." "He had a lawyer present, correct?" "Yes, Your Honor." "And that lawyer advised him to read the agreement carefully?" "Yes, Your Honor." "And he signed anyway?" Barry hesitated. "Yes, Your Honor." Judge Holland looked at Derek. "Mr. Peterson, did anyone force you to sign this prenuptial agreement?" Derek stood up. "No, Your Honor. But I didn't know Simone had so much money. She never told me about her business." "Did you ask?" Derek blinked. "What?" "Did you ever ask your wife about her work? Did you ever inquire about her company's success? Did you take any interest in her professional life?" I thought it was a small business. She worked from home sometimes." "So you assumed but never asked?" Derek said nothing. Judge Holland flipped through the papers. "It says here you called her business a hobby and referred to it as her little online thing. I didn't know it was so big. That's not your wife's fault, Mr. Peterson. That's yours. Motion to invalidate the prenup is denied." Barry tried again. "Your Honor, my client is asking for spousal support. He's been financially dependent on Ms. Richards during their marriage." Richard stood up. "Your Honor, Mr. Peterson has had a full-time job throughout the marriage. He earned a salary. Ms. Richards never prevented him from working or building his own career. He was not financially dependent. He simply chose to spend money his wife earned." "What about the house?" Barry asked. "That should be marital property. The house was purchased entirely with Ms. Richards' inheritance before it was commingled with any marital funds," Richard said. "The deed is in her name only. Mr. Peterson contributed nothing to the purchase, the down payment, or the mortgage. It's not marital property." Judge Holland reviewed the financial records. "Mr. Peterson, it says here you withdrew significant funds from the joint account in the week leading up to the divorce filing. Can you explain that?" Derek shifted uncomfortably. "I needed money. I thought the account was going to be frozen. So you tried to hide assets before the divorce?" "I just needed access to money that was half mine. Except it wasn't half yours. According to these records, Ms. Richards deposited money into that account monthly for household expenses. You withdrew $127,000 over 2 years for non-household expenses. including expensive gifts, trips, and dinners with a woman who was not your wife. The courtroom went quiet. Judge Holland continued. This is called dissipation of marital assets. You spent marital money on your affair. That's not legal, Mr. Peterson. Barry tried to object. Your Honor. I'm not finished. Ms. Richards is asking for reimbursement of the $127,000 you spent on your affair. She's also asking for $50,000 in legal fees. That's a total of $177,000. Do you have that money, Mr. Peterson? Derek's voice was barely a whisper. No, Your Honor. Then we'll set up a payment plan. You'll pay Ms. Richards $2,000 per month until the debt is satisfied. That's approximately 7 years of payments. If you miss a payment, Ms. Richards can file for wage garnishment. 7 years? Derek looked like he might be sick. Be grateful it's not more. You're lucky Ms. Richards isn't asking for additional damages for emotional distress. If she were, you'd owe her much more. Richard leaned over. We could still add that claim, Your Honor. Simone shook her head. I just want this to be over. Judge Holland nodded with approval. Very well. The divorce is granted. The prenuptial agreement stands. All assets remain as outlined in the prenup. Mr. Peterson owes Ms. Richards $177,000 to be paid over 7 years. This court is adjourned. Derek sat down hard in his chair. Barry packed his briefcase quickly, avoiding eye contact. The case was over. Derek had lost everything. Simone walked out of the courtroom. Monica and Richard followed. They didn't celebrate or gloat. There was nothing happy about watching a marriage end, even one that had been broken by betrayal. Outside, Derek called after her. Simone, wait. She stopped but didn't turn around. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I was stupid. I was blind. I didn't see what I had. Simone turned to face him. You didn't see me, Derek. For 12 years you didn't see me. You didn't ask about my work, my dreams, or my life. You loved what I could give you, but you never loved me. That's not true. I love you. You love the idea of my money now that you know I have it. But when you thought I had nothing, you cheated on me. You brought another woman into our home. You laughed while she told me to get out. That's not love, Derek. That's not even basic respect. I can change. We can go to counseling. No. Simone's voice was firm. I deserve better than someone who only values me when they realize I'm valuable. I deserve someone who sees me, all of me, from the start. You had 12 years to be that person. You chose not to be. Please? The judge gave you 7 years of payments. Use that time to become a better person. Find someone else. Build a life. But leave me alone. We're done. She walked to her car. Monica drove them back to the office. The Chicago skyline passed by the windows. TechShield Tower stood tall among the other buildings. How do you feel? Monica asked. Simone thought about it. Free. You were generous in there. You could have asked for more. I didn't want more. I wanted closure. Now I have it. They spent the rest of the day working. Simone had a company to run. She had employees depending on her. She had clients counting on her expertise. The divorce was just one chapter in her life, and now that chapter was closed. That evening she flew back to Malibu. The mansion was starting to feel like home. The furniture had arrived. Her bedroom overlooked the ocean. She could hear the waves from her bed. Her phone buzzed. A text from Derek's mother. Simone, I heard about the court case. I'm sorry for what my son did to you. You deserved so much better. I hope you find happiness. You're always welcome in my life, even if Derek is not welcome in yours. Simone smiled and typed back. Thank you. That means more than you know. She stood on her balcony looking out at the water. The sky was full of stars. The air was cool and clean. This was her life now. Her empire, her mansion, her freedom. Derek had laughed at her in their home. He thought she was weak. He thought she had nothing. Now he was paying her $2,000 a month for the next 7 years while she lived in paradise. The revenge wasn't violent or dramatic. It was simply justice. She walked away with everything she built. He was left with nothing but the consequences of his choices. And that was exactly how it should be. 6 months after the divorce, Simone stood in a conference room presenting to the board of directors. TechShield Solutions was launching a new product. A revolutionary cybersecurity system that used artificial intelligence to predict and prevent data breaches before they happened. The system learns from patterns, Simone explained, showing graphs on the screen. It doesn't just react to threats. It anticipates them. Companies using our beta program have seen a 97% reduction in successful cyber attacks. The board members leaned forward, interested. These were some of the most powerful people in technology, and they were listening to her. "How scalable is this?" one board member asked. "Extremely. We can customize it for any size company, from small businesses to Fortune 500 corporations. We're already in talks with 15 major clients." "What's the projected revenue?" "Conservative estimates put us at doubling our current company valuation within 2 years. We're talking $800 million to $1 billion. The room buzzed with excitement. After the meeting, Simone's CFO pulled her aside. "This is incredible. If these projections are accurate, TechShield could be worth $1 billion by next year." Simone smiled. "Then we better make sure these projections are accurate." She returned to her office, which took up the entire top floor of TechShield Tower. Floor-to-ceiling windows showed the Chicago skyline. Her desk was clean and organized. Photos of her family and friends sat on the credenza. No photos of Derek. She had removed those months ago. Monica knocked and entered. "Your 2 o'clock is here." The reporter from Business Weekly. "Already? I thought that was at 3. She arrived early. Very eager. Simone checked her reflection in the window. Navy suit, pearl earrings, professional and polished. "Send her in." The reporter was a woman in her 30s named Jennifer. She had a recorder and a notebook. She sat down and looked around the office with obvious admiration. "Ms. Richards, thank you for meeting with me. Our readers are fascinated by your story. You built a $400 million company while maintaining a private personal life. How did you do it?" "Focus," Simone said. "I focused on the work, on building something real. I didn't seek attention. I sought results." "You recently went through a divorce. How did that affect your business?" Simone paused. She had known this question would come. "It didn't. My business is separate from my personal life. I built TechShield before my marriage and I continued building it during and after. The company doesn't depend on any one person's relationship status." "But you must have faced challenges. Emotional challenges." "Of course. Divorce is hard for anyone. But I had a company to run and people depending on me. I couldn't afford to fall apart. So I kept working, kept pushing forward. That's what leaders do." Jennifer scribbled notes. "You've become a role model for women in business. What advice do you have for women who want to build their own companies?" "Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for someone to believe in you. Believe in yourself and start building. The work will speak for itself." "What about work-life balance?" "There's no such thing as perfect balance. Some days work needs more attention. Some days personal life needs more attention. The key is knowing the difference and being intentional about your choices." The interview lasted an hour. Jennifer asked about the new product, about company culture, about Simone's vision for the future. She didn't ask about Derek again, which Simone appreciated. After the reporter left, Simone had back-to-back meetings. A potential client from Tokyo wanted to discuss a contract. The head of HR wanted to review hiring plans. The marketing team needed approval on a new campaign. By 6 p.m. she was exhausted. Monica brought in dinner, a salad and grilled chicken from the restaurant downstairs. "You need to eat," Monica said. "You've been in meetings all day." "I know. Thank you." Simone picked at her salad. "How are the charity applications coming?" 6 months ago, Simone had started a foundation called Second Chances. It provided financial grants and legal support to women leaving difficult marriages. She had funded it with $10 million from her personal fortune. "We've received over 1,000 applications," Monica said. "We're reviewing them now. The need is incredible." "I know. I was lucky. I had money and resources. Most women don't. I want to help level the playing field." The foundation had already helped 50 women. It paid for lawyers, moving expenses, job training, and temporary housing. Every woman who got help received a letter from Simone. "You deserve better. Here's a chance to start over. Use it well." Simone had been featured in magazines for her philanthropy. Forbes called her tech mogul with a heart. Fortune named her one of the most generous CEOs. She had appeared on morning shows to talk about the foundation. Every interview, every article, every appearance raised her profile. And every time her profile rose, Derek saw it. She knew he was watching. She knew he saw her success and understood what he had lost. That evening, she flew back to Malibu. Her jet made the trip easy. 3 hours in the air and she was home. The mansion never stopped being beautiful. She walked through the rooms, each one decorated with care. She had hired an interior designer who understood her taste. Modern, clean, comfortable. Her bedroom was her favorite room. Huge windows overlooked the ocean. The bed was enormous. The bathroom had a soaking tub and a rainfall shower. She took a long bath, letting the hot water wash away the stress of the day. Her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Derek again. He got new phones regularly because she kept blocking him. I saw you on TV. You look beautiful. I miss you. Simone deleted the text without responding. She blocked the number. She didn't have energy for Derek's games. She put on comfortable clothes and walked down to the beach. The sand was cool under her bare feet. The waves crashed in steady rhythm. The moon reflected on the water, creating a path of silver light. She had everything she had worked for. Success, financial security, a beautiful home. But something was still missing. She was happy, yes, but she was also lonely. 12 years of marriage had left a hole. Even a bad marriage filled a space in your life. Now that space was empty. Simone sat on the sand and watched the waves. She wasn't ready to date. Maybe she would never be ready. The idea of trusting someone again felt impossible. But she was only 42. She had a whole life ahead of her. Maybe someday she would find someone who saw her, really saw her, and loved her for who she was. Maybe someday. But not today. Today she was content to sit on the beach and listen to the ocean. Today she was content to be alone and successful and free. The revenge she had wanted wasn't about hurting Derek. It was about building a life so good that she didn't need him. It was about proving to herself that she was strong enough to walk away and thrive. And she had done exactly that. Derek sat in his apartment, which was nothing like the house he used to share with Simone. It was a one-bedroom in a building with thin walls. He could hear his neighbors arguing. The heating didn't work properly. The shower had low water pressure. The rent was $1,500 a month, which was all he could afford after his $2,000 monthly payments to Simone. His phone rang. The fifth collection call that week. Mr. Peterson, this is regarding your credit card debt. You're 3 months behind on payments. I know. I'm working on it. You said that last month. We need payment by the end of the week, or we'll send your account to collections. Derek hung up. He had $10,000 in credit card debt from his affair with Amber. Another $5,000 from trying to maintain his lifestyle after Simone left. His bank account had $300 until his next paycheck. He had lost his job 4 months ago. The scandal of his divorce had spread through his office. People whispered. HR got complaints from female employees who didn't want to work with someone who had treated his wife so badly. His boss suggested he find employment elsewhere. Now he worked at a different consulting firm for $20,000 less per year. His new colleagues didn't know his history, but they could see he was struggling. He came to work in the same 3 suits, rotated throughout the week. He brought lunch from home because he couldn't afford to eat out. His phone buzzed. A text from his mother. Derek, your sister is getting married next month. She doesn't want you at the wedding. I'm sorry, but after what you did to Simone, the family doesn't trust you. Please don't make this difficult. He stared at the text. His own sister didn't want him at her wedding. His family had chosen Simone over him even after the divorce. He opened his laptop and did what he had been doing every night for months. He searched for Simone's name. The latest article was from yesterday. TechShield Solutions valued at $800 million after new product launch. There was a photo of Simone at a product demonstration. She looked confident and happy. The article said she was revolutionizing cybersecurity. It said her company was one of the fastest growing in the tech sector. Derek clicked on another article. Simone Richards Foundation helps 200 women escape difficult marriages. The foundation. She had created it 6 months ago. It provided money and resources to women leaving marriages like theirs. Every woman she helped was a reminder of what Derek had done. His phone rang. An unknown number. He answered. Derek? It's Amber. He hadn't heard from her in months. What do you want? I need money. I'm behind on rent. I thought maybe you could help. I don't have money. I can barely pay my own rent. Please, Derek. I quit my job because you said you'd take care of me. I have nothing. That's not my problem anymore. You ruined my life. I had a job and a life before you came along. Now I have nothing because I believed your lies. I didn't lie. I thought I had money. I didn't know Simone was rich. That's the thing, Derek. You didn't know anything about your own wife. You were so busy cheating that you never bothered to learn who she was. And now we're both paying for your stupidity. She hung up. Derek sat in his apartment, surrounded by cheap furniture and regret. He thought about the house he used to live in. He thought about the life he used to have. He thought about Simone. He opened social media. Simone's profile was public. She posted occasionally, usually about business or charity work. Her latest post was a photo from a charity gala. She wore a stunning gown and stood next to a group of women who had benefited from her foundation. The caption read, "These women inspire me every day. They chose strength over fear, independence over comfort, and self-respect over settling. Proud to support their journeys." They called Simone a role model, an inspiration, a hero. Nobody mentioned Derek. He had been erased from her story completely. He clicked on her older posts. Photos of her mansion. Photos of her at business conferences. Photos of her with friends and family. She looked happy in every single one. She had moved on completely. Derek tried to send her a direct message. "Simone, I know you don't want to hear from me, but I need you to know how sorry I am. I was an idiot. I destroyed the best thing in my life. I think about you every day. I wish I could go back and do everything differently. I wish I could be the man you deserved. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." He hit send. The message showed as delivered but not read. She had probably muted his messages. She probably deleted them without reading. Days turned into weeks. Derek went to work, came home, paid his bills, and ate cheap meals. He had no social life. No friends wanted to associate with him after what he did. His family had cut him off. He was alone. One evening he drove past the old house. New people lived there now. A young family with kids. They had planted flowers in the garden. They had installed a swing set in the backyard. They had made it a home again. Derek kept driving. He found himself on the highway heading toward downtown. Before he knew it, he was parked outside TechShield Tower. The building was lit up against the night sky. Simone's name glowed in huge letters. He sat in his car and looked up at the tower. She was up there somewhere in her top floor office running her empire. She was making decisions that affected hundreds of people. She was changing the world. And he was sitting in a 10-year-old car with a broken air conditioner, working a job he hated, living in an apartment with bad heating. This was his life now. This was the consequence of his choices. His phone buzzed. A payment reminder. "Your monthly payment to Simone Richards is due in 3 days. $2,000. $2,000. Every month for 7 years." That was what his affair had cost him. $168,000 total. More than that if you counted the interest on the loans he had taken to make payments. Derek started his car and drove back to his apartment. He climbed the stairs, the elevator was broken again, and unlocked his door. The apartment was dark and empty, just like his life. He sat on his cheap couch and turned on the TV. The news was on. A business segment. Coming up next, an exclusive interview with tech mogul Simone Richards about her new foundation helping women rebuild their lives. Derek changed the channel. He couldn't watch it. Couldn't see her success and his failure side by side. He turned off the TV and sat in silence. This was rock bottom. This was what happened when you betrayed someone who loved you. When you took for granted someone who was extraordinary. When you traded a real partnership for a fake affair. Derek had learned his lesson. But he had learned it too late. Simone was gone. His old life was gone. Everything he had taken for granted was gone. And it was nobody's fault but his own. 2 years after the divorce, Simone stood at a construction site in Los Angeles. She wore a hard hat and safety vest, watching workers pour the foundation for a new building. This building would be a children's hospital, funded by her foundation. It would provide free medical care to kids whose families couldn't afford it. Ms. Richards. A man in a similar hard hat approached. "I'm Julian Hayes, the lead architect on this project. I wanted to introduce myself." Simone shook his hand. "Nice to meet you. I've seen the designs. They're beautiful. Thank you. I wanted to create something that feels welcoming for children. Bright colors, lots of natural light, spaces that feel hopeful rather than clinical." They walked through the site together. Julian pointed out where different departments would be, explaining his vision for each space. He was passionate about the project and his enthusiasm was contagious. "Why did you become an architect?" Simone asked. "My younger sister was sick when we were kids. She spent months in a hospital. The building was old and dark and depressing. I remember thinking even then that hospitals should be places of hope, not despair. So I decided to design buildings that help people heal." Simone liked him immediately. He wasn't trying to impress her. He genuinely cared about his work. They talked for over an hour about the hospital, about design, about their shared belief that spaces could change lives. "Would you like to grab coffee sometime?" Julian asked as they walked back to the parking lot. "I'd love to hear more about your foundation and what other projects you're planning." Simone hesitated. She hadn't dated anyone since Derek. The idea of trusting someone new felt dangerous. But something about Julian felt different. He was genuine and kind. "Sure," she said. "Coffee sounds nice." They met the following week at a quiet cafe in Santa Monica. Julian arrived on time, ordered a simple coffee, and asked thoughtful questions. He wanted to know about her work, her goals, her vision for the foundation. He didn't mention her money or her company value. He treated her like a person, not a business opportunity. "What made you start the foundation?" he asked. Simone told him the truth. "I went through a difficult divorce. My ex-husband cheated on me for years. When I finally left, I realized I was lucky. I had money and resources. Most women don't. They stay in bad marriages because they can't afford to leave. I wanted to help change that." That's incredibly generous. It's incredibly necessary. No one should have to stay with someone who hurts them just because they don't have money. Julian nodded. "My mother left my father when I was 12. He was abusive. She took us kids and moved to a shelter. We lived there for 6 months before she could afford an apartment. I saw how hard it was for her. Your foundation would have changed her life." They talked for 3 hours. About family, about childhood, about dreams and disappointments. Simone found herself laughing, really laughing for the first time in years. When they said goodbye, Julian didn't ask for her number. Instead, he said, "I'll see you at the next site meeting." Simone appreciated that. No pressure. No expectations. Just a connection between two people who understood each other. Over the next 6 months, they saw each other regularly. Sometimes at site meetings for the hospital. Sometimes for coffee. Sometimes for dinner. Julian never rushed anything. He let their relationship develop naturally. He asked about her company and listened when she talked about work challenges. He shared his own projects and frustrations. They talked about books, movies, travel, and life. He made her feel seen in a way Derek never had. "Can I ask you something?" Julian said one evening over dinner. "Why didn't your ex-husband know about your success? How did you keep it hidden?" "I didn't hide it. I told him when we first got married. He just didn't listen. He would smile and nod and change the subject. Eventually I stopped telling him. It was easier than feeling ignored. That must have been lonely." "It was. I had this whole part of my life he knew nothing about. But I told myself it was okay. I told myself he loved me for who I was, not what I had. Turns out he didn't love me at all." Julian reached across the table and took her hand. "His loss. And I mean that. You're extraordinary, Simone. Not because you're successful or wealthy. Because you're kind and thoughtful and genuine. Anyone who can't see that doesn't deserve you." Simone felt tears in her eyes. She hadn't cried about Derek in over a year. But something about Julian's words broke through her defenses. "Thank you," she whispered. Their relationship grew slowly. Julian met her friends. She met his family. His mother hugged Simone and thanked her for the foundation. His sister told stories about Julian as a kid. They welcomed her warmly, without judgment or questions about her money. Julian proposed on the construction site of the children's hospital. The building was nearly complete. He brought her there at sunset, and they stood in the main lobby, surrounded by bright colors and hopeful spaces. "Simone Richards, you changed my life the day I met you. You showed me what real strength looks like. What real generosity looks like. What real love should look like. Will you marry me?" She said yes without hesitation. They planned a small wedding at her Malibu mansion. Just close friends and family. No media, no publicity, no fuss. Julian didn't want a big show. He just wanted to marry her. Simone's assistant helped with the planning. Her friends threw her a bridal shower. Julian's family was involved in every step. It felt like a real partnership, like they were building something together. 2 weeks before the wedding, Derek sent a message. He had gotten her email somehow. The subject line read, "Please read this." Simone almost deleted it, but something made her open it. "Simone, I heard you're getting married. I want you to know I'm happy for you. You deserve love and happiness. I'm sorry I couldn't give you that. I'm sorry for everything I did. I hope your new husband treats you better than I did. I hope he sees you the way I should have. I'm still paying back the money I owe you. I'll be done in 5 more years. After that, I'll leave you alone forever. Thank you for everything you gave me, even though I didn't deserve any of it. Goodbye, Derek." Simone read the message twice. Then she closed it. She felt nothing. No anger, no sadness, no satisfaction. Derek was just a stranger now, someone from her past who no longer mattered. She walked to the beach and called Julian. "I love you," she said when he answered. "I love you too. Everything okay?" "Everything's perfect. I just wanted you to know." The wedding was beautiful. Simone wore a simple white dress. Julian wore a navy suit. They stood on the beach at sunset, surrounded by the people who mattered, and promised to love each other for the rest of their lives. The revenge Simone had wanted wasn't about Derek's suffering. It was about her own happiness. It was about building a life so good that the past didn't matter. She had done exactly that. 5 years after the wedding, Simone stood on her balcony watching the sunrise. The ocean was calm, reflecting pink and orange light from the sky above. Julian was still asleep in their bedroom. Their 3-year-old daughter Nina would wake up any minute, ready to start the day with her usual energy. Simone's life was unrecognizable from the one she had lived with Derek. She had everything she had ever wanted and more. But more importantly, she had peace. TechShield Solutions was now worth $1.2 billion. The company had expanded internationally with offices in Tokyo, London, and Singapore. Simone had stepped back from daily operations to spend more time with her family. She still served as CEO, but she had a strong executive team handling most decisions. Her foundation had helped over 2,000 women escape difficult marriages. They provided grants, legal support, housing assistance, and job training. Every year, the foundation held a gala where recipients shared their stories. Simone attended every single one, listening to women talk about rebuilding their lives. The children's hospital Julian designed had opened 3 years ago. It was exactly what he had envisioned: bright, hopeful, welcoming. Kids loved it. Parents felt comforted by it. The hospital had treated over 10,000 children since opening, all for free. Simone and Julian had worked on several projects together since then. She funded the buildings, he designed them. They made a good team in business and in life. The door opened. Nina ran out onto the balcony, her curly hair bouncing. "Mama, I'm awake." Simone scooped her daughter into her arms. "Good morning, baby. Can we go to the beach today? After breakfast? Go wake up Daddy." Nina ran back inside, and Simone heard Julian groan playfully as their daughter jumped on the bed. He appeared a few minutes later, carrying Nina on his shoulders. "Good morning, beautiful." He kissed Simone. "How long have you been up?" "About an hour. I was thinking." "About what?" "About how different my life is now. About how happy I am." Julian set Nina down. "I'm glad. You deserve this happiness." They made breakfast together. Pancakes for Nina, eggs for the adults. They ate on the patio overlooking the ocean. Nina chattered about wanting a puppy. Julian promised to think about it. Simone laughed at their negotiation, knowing they would end up with a dog by the end of the month. After breakfast, they walked down to the beach. Nina ran ahead, chasing seagulls. Julian held Simone's hand. "I got a message from Derek yesterday," Simone said. Julian glanced at her. "Really? What did he want?" "His final payment is due next week. He wanted to let me know he'll be finished paying me back. He thanked me for being patient with the payment plan and said he's learned a lot in the past 7 years. How do you feel about that?" "Honestly, I feel nothing. That chapter of my life is so far behind me. Sometimes I forget it even happened." "That's good. That's healthy." He also said he's dating someone new. Someone who knows his whole history. He said he's trying to be the kind of man he should have been. Good for him, I guess. Though it's a little late for you. It doesn't matter. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. They watched Nina play in the sand. She was building a castle with her plastic bucket. Her laughter carried on the ocean breeze. "I never thanked you," Simone said. "For what?" "For seeing me. All of me. For asking about my work and my dreams and my life. For treating me like a partner, not an accessory." Julian pulled her close. "That's what you do when you love someone. You pay attention. You ask questions. You care." Derek never understood that. Derek was a fool. Later that afternoon, they hosted a small gathering at the mansion. Friends and family came for a casual party. Simone's foundation staff was there. Julian's architectural team attended. Nina played with the other kids in the pool. Simone's mother pulled her aside. "You look happy, sweetheart. Really, truly happy." "I am, Mom. I knew Derek wasn't right for you. I tried to tell you back then, but you wouldn't listen. I had to learn on my own." "Well, you learned. And you found something better." Her mother looked at Julian, who was teaching Nina to swim. "He's a good man. The best." As the sun set, guests gathered on the beach. Someone brought a guitar. People sang and laughed and enjoyed the evening. Simone stood back watching the scene. This was her life now, full of genuine connections, real love, and earned success. Her phone buzzed. A notification from her bank. Derek's final payment had processed. 7 years of monthly payments complete. The debt was settled. Simone looked at the notification, then deleted it. She didn't need a reminder of Derek or that chapter of her life. It was over, truly and completely over. Julian found her at the edge of the party. "You okay?" "Perfect. Just appreciating this moment. We've built something good here, haven't we?" "We have. We really have." They stood together, watching their daughter play with their friends' children. The mansion rose behind them, a symbol of Simone's success. But it was more than that now. It was a home filled with love and laughter. It was the place where she had healed and rebuilt her life. The mistress had yelled at her to get out. Her husband had laughed. And the next day, Simone moved to a $150 million oceanfront mansion. But the real revenge wasn't the mansion or the money. It wasn't Derek's suffering or his years of payments. The real revenge was the life she had built after leaving him. She had started a billion-dollar company. She had helped thousands of women escape difficult situations. She had married a man who truly loved her. She had a beautiful daughter and a peaceful home. She had won not by destroying Derek, but by building something better without him. As the party continued and the stars appeared overhead, Simone felt complete satisfaction. She had walked away from betrayal and humiliation. She had chosen herself, her worth, and her future.